Okay, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Genaro Sebastián Vieira Montaño. I am from the Universidad Autónoma de Nuevo León, and today I will present my final project of the English class. Today I'll talk about one of my greatest interests, science, more specifically the biology, and even more specifically zoology. When I was a child, I was always amazed by the diverse species that coexisted with us. Of course, the animals I used to see were limited to dogs, cats, pigeons, and the occasionally stray, like rabbits or others. Mm, Even though my family wasn't exactly enthusiastic about this topic, I didn't even have pets growing up. Well, I had a dog, but I had it like for a month or less. Uh, but that never stopped me from being fascinated by the animal world. Say early, at first I would observe the animals I stumbled upon in the streets or at the other houses. Dogs were of course the most common, and I, my child me, was so intrigued by how they could look so different, yet act the same. Similarly, wherever I saw big cats like tigers or the mighty lions on TV, I compared them to the a lot of stray cats I used to find in my neighborhood or well in the streets. I believe that maybe my interest might have been sparked by not having pets as a kid, as I say earlier. But what truly changed me was an event in 5th grade. I was born in Monterrey, but my family is from Mexico City, so we would visit there the family during vacations, normally. Uh, that year, when I passed to the 5th grade, my family had some financial problems that forced us to live with my grandma for 1 year. That 5th grade I spent it on Mexico City, and and there, well, we didn't have like my brother and I didn't have so much things to entertaining ourselves, and more like the more other than the homeworks of the school. One day, my mom wanted to buy me a coloring book, but something far more interesting caught my eye at the auction. It was a magazine called Animales Sorprendentes that was displayed on the shelf. And even though I wasn't passionate about reading, that magazine was impossible to ignore. It only cost 30 pesos, and reading it turned out to be one of the best experiences of my life. That over there was this that image there is the magazine my mom bought me. I scanned it so you could see that. Well, it's true. I still have it. I motivated myself to collect every issue of the magazine. I bought a couple of them. Uh, Sadly, I don't have that much of acquiescing power. I don't have a lot of money, so it becomes like a rare addition. But yeah, I have a collection of Animales Sorprendentes magazine. And other than that, I started to join online forums and watch YouTube channels dedicated to wildlife. For years, my dream had been to become a veterinarian, and if I had lived closer to the high school with zoology classes, probably I would have pursued it. But my parents didn't want me to take me to school anymore, like a year before to go to the high school. and well, I had to go by myself, and I didn't wasn't that good at that time. The school was located too far away, and uh, other than that, my dad disapproved of the idea of me studying that. As I say in the beginning, my family was still is not that um, doesn't share my passion to the topic. Let's just say that. La, I couldn't go to the zoology high school, so I ended up choosing renewable energy studies. A field that it's a field completely unrelated to animals, but technically is still focused on the environment. Whereas zoology had been my first love, energy sustainability was challenging enough to hold my attention, even though it was, in my opinion, it's not that good compared to the animals, just in my opinion. Still, it's a very, well, I don't reject studying this. This day, I am studying Energy Administration and Sustainable Development at the Faculty of Political Science, and I will have contributed to the environmental preservation by the time I graduate. Whatever the future holds, my childhood passion will still be remembered as the spark that led me here. Even though, as I say, I couldn't study the first choice I have, and probably won't dedicate my life to that. I I go to another for another path, and I actually don't regret this. I like studying this. Or before ending the homework without uh, before ending this project, I have to answer these three questions. First, why did you choose this topic? Well, I think it's pretty obvious by now. No, it's a topic that I like a lot. That I have fell in love with it when I since I was a child. No, um, since I was a child, like I always I don't know why, but I always was like very impressed when I see different things of a same thing. I don't know if I explain myself. Like, um, in this case, well, I will say that the best example was the dogs. No, seeing like a bunch of different dogs and still being dogs. It was like wow, and I don't know. It's something that I always it was always something that interested me. Um, And when I saw that magazine of Animales Sorprendentes, well, it was like very good for me. I mean, as I say, I was never like a reading person. I wasn't, and that the fact that that magazine was like I want to read, it was like wow. It was I'm not sure, but I think that that was the first time I genuinely wanted to study something because well, I mean the school is not bad. No, the thing that you learn in school is not bad, but you go to school mostly because your parents take you there, not because you as a child say that I want to go to school. Well, at least that's how I see it. So yeah, mostly because that I it's something that I always liked. It's a topic that I always liked and probably will like forever. Now the second question. Tell more information about the topic that you didn't mention. At least two more facts. Well, the first is my favorite animal. I didn't tell it. My favorite animal is the octopus. The octopus. Well, I am very impressed by the a lots of animals that the like all these species that exist, but I'm not studied at that much of the aquatic animals, the water, the ones that live in the ocean. I just don't read a lot of them. I read a lot from them, and I liked it the same. But the octopus, in particular, was like one that surprised me a lot. I mean, and learn a lot of curious facts about it. For example, the octopus doesn't have tentacles; they have arms. The thing they have is 8 arms. No, because they use like, well, there are arms. Other thing is that the octopus have blue blood. Their blood is blue, and and that's something I didn't know. Well, I knew it, but didn't like think about it. Like the reason why our blood and the blood of most animals is red is because we have iron in our blood, and the octopus doesn't have iron. They have copper. They have copper in the blood, and that's why their blood is blue. And I'm not. I haven't read like what's that? No, what's the relation within the blood, or what makes that the fact that the blood has iron that makes it be red, and in the case of the octopus that they have the fact they have copper, it makes it blue. That there are also some insects that have blue blood because of the same reason. Well, the octopuses are my favorite animal, and the other fact is that even though that the story I tell makes me, well, makes a little obvious that I will become an ecologist when I end up my studies. I am not precisely in love with the the people that talk about the ecologist. I'm not sure what's the word. I'm not sure, but I will say like the activists. I will say the activists. I think that's the word. I'm not a fan of the activists personally. I don't quite like them. I'm not sure why, but I'm not a fan. Like for example, Greta Thunberg. Nah, I'm not. I think it's more of my personality. That I'm not quite a fan, uh, but yeah, I mean, I becoming an ecologist, but I don't quite like when I saw other people talking about it. And I'm not saying that only I can. I mean, of course not. I'm not. Uh, I not don't know anything about ecologists really. But I'm not sure. Like when I see like famous actors saying things like I'm not sure if this is good, but like the vegans, no, like when they talk about vegans things and start saying things that aren't quite correct, but they're saying like it's the truth and it's the only truth. And not I don't like. I mean, I'm not sure if it has a lot to do with the animals topic, a little, it's more like the my environmental topic or the ecologist topic. But yeah, I will say that I'm, even though I see a lot of things about the ecologists, I'm not a big fan of the activists. And the octopus is my favorite animal. That I will say that those two are the facts. I hope that they count. And the last question, tell me another thing that you consider your favorite and why didn't you choose it? I Other thing that I love is the science fiction. I love, since I was a child also, playing video games. Mostly Halo. It's a video game I played a lot since I was a child, and I still playing it actually. Um, I love a lot of the, like, introducing myself at the franchises. As I say, like I like when I saw like different things being, but also being that the same thing. In this case, the science fiction It's like when I know a new franchise, or I'm starting to know a new franchise I haven't seen before. It's like start falling in love with that franchise, and it's incredible. In this case, what I will say that Halo is the one of my favorites, and well, others like Star Wars and others. That's something I like a lot, and well, as I say a couple of times during the story, I am not a reading person. I wasn't a reading person, but like uh, some years ago, I'm not sure how many years, but a couple of years ago, I started reading like a lot. I have started reading a lot of books since some years ago, and mostly like not every day because sometimes happens thing that doesn't allow me to, but I have made I not the word. Um, I have la costumbre. I have made like some. I have get used to read at least 30 pages of books in a day per day. Maybe it's not a lot in comparison to other persons, but I have started reading a lot, like a lot science fiction in particular with my other thing that I love and other thing that I wanted to that I love a lot, and have a lot of things to say about it. Now, why didn't I choose it? It actually, science fiction was my first topic. It was my first topic, and since the teacher um, told us about this homework and gave us this homework and told us that it was like a free topic, completely free topic, I wanted to talk about science fiction, mostly because I wanted to like go to another topic that doesn't have to do with study, like that doesn't relate to school, and I have never talked about like video games or things like Halo or comic books like Superman. That it's other thing that I like, and I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't choose it because even though it was my first decision to adopt to the topic to this for this project, uh, I didn't have a way to like structure the presentation. I didn't know where to start, and got like very mixed thoughts because it was like a lot of things I could say about it that I didn't know what to say, and I ended up choosing like this topic. I think I actually just answered the first question. Like I wanted to choose the science fiction because I wanted to go like something in England, but I didn't know how to. And in contrast to that, the animals topic, that it's of course a topic that I love a lot, maybe equally love to the science fiction, or maybe more even. Well, in the animal topic, I actually have a story to tell, so it was mostly like that. I didn't choose science fiction because I didn't know how to structure the presentation. My presentation, that's my PIA. Thanks for your attention. I hope you liked. I hope I didn't. I got a lot of points. And well, it was an honor to be here. Thank you for your attention. I hope you have a good day, and God blesses you all.